Hello. Welcome back to Sunless Sea. Okay, the blind bruiser wants to see us again. I forgot what voice I gave him. There's just too many characters in Sunless Sea. Good evening, citizen. And what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so. And given it is my impression, you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo. If you happen to be in the area, the cheery man will of course cover expenses for this trifling inconvenience. Sure. It's far after all a trifling inconvenience. I always go to Mount Palmerston, it's fine. Ooh. If you would be so kind to deliver this little gift to our friends in Mount Palmerston, then they will see we get to hear about it, and when you come back, we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage, as my aunt, who says French by birth, if not by inclination, used to like to say. Okay. An unstamped crate of brilliant souls. You agreed to smuggle souls from London to Mount Palmerston. Interesting. Okay, first off, let's get rid of the swing stones. Yep. Thank you for the money. And then we shall... trinkets, just trinkets. This is the one from Saviour's Rocks, from the Nativity. The man waiting is not a cultist, he is just another ordinary citizen, wearing a silken blindfold. In a few years, perhaps, everyone will be wearing them. Oh, you mean everyone in Fallen London will be blind? Deliver the trinkets to the waiting man. Steal a firmly sealed crate of what are absolutely not sorrel spider eggs. Well, that's a relief, or maybe you just got lucky. Either way, they made it, so did you. 100 echoes, that's not too bad. Someone else's problem now. What's the address on the crate? Somerset College? On second thoughts, it hardly matters. Okay, pass that away. Indeed, I did. Okay. This is an illegal thing. Oh yes, we have the zoop for the venturers. Yes, something warm. They sell it in Mount Palmerston, somewhere in the north of the Untersee. 1,000 echoes for 7 sealed skins. 1,000 echoes, nice. It's a specialist taste, but where I'm going, there are specialist customers. One more thing. Okay, something dark. They grow it in the Elder Continent to the south. You can find it in Adams Way or Port Carnelian. Or the Canate, perhaps. 700 echoes, yes. Perhaps I just drink a lot of coffee. That's understandable, but I could also get dark drop coffee beans here. 700 echoes, how? You need 7 dark drop coffee beans. That's only 50. I get 100% returns. That's nice. There. That's the easiest one. This will put fire in our belly, in all our bellies. We'll need that. It's cold out there. One more thing. Nice, 700 echoes. Okay, you gain 2 objective. The venturer's venture. Ooh, a dream and a scheme. Okay, what else you want now? Okay, something difficult. Oh, a colossal fluke core. Ah, it's only by chance that I have this one. Okay, I think I'm gonna give him the colossal fluke core. The first curator's quest will take quite a bit longer to complete. I will have more time to get more colossal flute cores. Okay, so let's give it to him. Yeah, the lawn fluke. Something difficult. You might need to destroy a lawn fluke or find someone who already has. There's 1,000 echoes in it for you. 1,000. 1,000 exactly. 1,000 is a 1,000. Yes. The flukes, the greatest of the shapelings, and the lawns are the greatest of the flukes. By accepting this core, I make myself an accomplice in a crime. But perhaps, in a sense, this return home, perhaps. One more thing. How many do you need? Okay, now, gain 2 objective, a dream and a scheme. Okay, now what do you want? 7 Stygian Ivory. I think I saw this for sale. Don't know. Something durable, murder enough monsters, or you can purchase it in the Chalonate. Yes, I saw it for sale in the Chalonate. 500 echoes, or I could get Bale of Parabola Linen. 700 echoes for 7 bales. Okay, I noticed this in a previous playthrough. Okay, I was in Irem, I was checking the shops. Irem was selling Bale of Parabola Linen for, I can exchange 1 linen for 1 coffee. So I have to remember I have to get 7 for this guy. 1 to enter 1 to enter Irem to access the shop. And then I think I need 5 linen for that officer in Mount Palmerston. So in total, I do have 1 linen. So I need 7. 7 plus 5 is 12. I need 11 coffee beans. 12, including the one for entry. Okay. 12 dark drop coffee beans. Let's buy it now before we forget. It's going to be our next voyage is going to be that way. And since we have to drop by Mount Palmerston to give the unstamped crate of brilliant souls to the blind bruiser's friend as well. Do we need to buy another crate of human souls for Devilus? The bill of Parabol Linen is very expensive here. We might as well go to Irem and get there for cheap for 51 one coffee bean for 1 Parabol Linen. Okay. We have the coffee beans. We need to drop her at Vendor Bite as well. So, when did I get Stygian Ivory? Interesting. Okay, so our next voyage is going to be this way. Oops, too far. Okay, we're going to, instead of going this way, since we need to go to Irem to get the Parabol Linen for the officer here, we're going to go probably stop by Hunter's Keep again for the port report at least. And then we go to Gator's Morn, go this way, Sea of Lilies. Because Nuncio has something as well. We need flare and candles to go in there. Oh my god, there's so many things I have to hold in my hold. Okay, and then we'll drop by Estival for... Because after we burn everything in Nuncio, we'll have more space for supplies here. So I'm going to go with limited supply. Maybe like, I think 6 supply is enough for us to reach Estival. 6. 7 is probably safer. 7 supplies is maybe enough for us to get to here. We resupply here, and then we go here like this. Okay? Sounds good. Okay, Nuncio, if I remember correctly, I need 1 flare and 5 candles. Let's get those things first. We are going to talk to our new officers. We still don't have a gunnery officer. But which first officer is better? This mirrors and pages. Mirrors and wheels. I think I prefer mirrors and pages. Surgeons, the clarier. 6 iron, 6 hearts. She has the better stats. And chief engineers. Veils +8 and fuel efficiency. He's fuels +8. You minus heart. I don't like you. Energy power +100. This two is pretty good. But I think I prefer fuel efficiency. I still don't have a gunnery officer. What about mascots? Hearts +5. Yes, please. Sorry, Blamigan. Can I talk to the mascot? Oh, I can. Only unassign. I cannot talk to her. Fine. Let's talk to the rest of them. Or maybe his daughter is a new one. Speak to. Perhaps you don't entirely trust her, but she keeps the engines turning, and she's hard to dislike. Okay. Invite her to dine with you. That's a lovely idea. How about a fish dinner? I do have quite particular taste in fish. Sure. Okay. Use a strange catch so I can have more space for fuel. Annoying smile. I've heard about you. You like to invite your officers to dinner, learning their secrets. Well, you don't need to dig far to find my secret. I wanted to talk to you about it, actually. I've never met my mother. I know my father. I'm a countess on his side, actually. I'd like to find her. She's somewhere out at Z, if only... Really? You'd help me? That's too kind. If you insist, here. It so happens that I made a list earlier tonight. Her mother will be found in one of these places. Wither, the Outcats, Irem, the Chalonate, Khan's Shadow, Port Cornelian, or the surface port of Naples. Ah, okay. So we can go to Wither and Irem in our coming trip. Gain 1 secret, supplies, a lot of supplies, and a strange catch, and all these qualities. Okay. Then the other officer, the haunted doctor, speak to. His soft voice, cautious, rarely makes eye contact, but often stares at other people's eyes from afar. Can talk to him about a lot of things. Let's chat about science over a light dinner of Z-trout and bracket gruel. The nature of nature. Sunlight is, in certain senses, literally, quite literally, law. Without sunlight, the earth would spin off into space, and the absence of sunlight down here means the absence of a dozen laws. Death operates unreliably, though they are more reliable on the Z, as you know. Geography is uncertain and shifting in dreams. He had grown animated, now he seems distracted. He apologizes and he composes himself. It was a particular interest of mine, luminosity. The anatomy of the eye, the many liberations of night. Excuse me, this rule is a little too rich for my taste. Oh god, I got an intriguing snippet. Oh, I can talk to him more. Chat about politics. Offer roast lizard and cabbage in the Kaganian style. Freedoms, it's true. I fell in with restless elements. The usual reasons, of course. Watching the bazaar devour London year by year. The iniquities of the rich and the pities of the poor. But more than that, I thought London needed darkness. Do you know what I mean? I thought the city was safer in the dark. Do you understand me? I applied my arts to that end. If you do, I need to say no more. And if you don't, I should say no more. I need cask of mushroom wine. Sure, I can get that. Here. Okay, officers. Invite him to drink with you. The haunted doctor has kept to himself since dinner. Perhaps some wine will help him open up. The art of poison. I let most of them slip away peacefully, a drop of laudanum still on their tongues. For that sob to my conscience I am most ashamed of all. The wine flows as the haunted doctor talks candidly of his past, of a status that allowed him to the bedsides of many London's most infamous, and the black medicine bag that carried the tools of both his trades, doctor and anarchist poisoner. I was a fool, he adds, a child, just a boy on a crusade, drinking in the rhetoric of the Calendar Council, thinking myself more than a mere poisoner. What I did, I do not regret. Would though that I had seen their true hearts before giving myself so freely to perdition. He wraps his leather eye patch. The sound is hollow, sickly. It is a disappointment I well deserve. The lady taught me that much, at least. No, another time perhaps. The hour grows late. I thank you for the company. I've wined the haunted doctor. Interesting character. How do I proceed with you? Okay, not now, I guess. And the last guy, the sigil-ridden navigator. Yes, no, it's good, thank you. Invite him to dine with you. He has an admirable appetite for so slight a fellow. Forgetfulness. Seconds, then thirds, disappear in small, hasty morsels. He is nervous and not a gifted conversationalist. You do your best to plug the silence when you ask about his past. He winces. I can't say, citizen, this. He taps the livid sigil on his temple, which twitches like a scorpion sting. Has burned away my memories. I recall I have a brother, but not his name or where he is. I remember the names of the ships I've served on, the Implicit, the Bonnie Swan, but not their crew. How did he come by the sigil? He clutches his head. I don't know. Thinking about it is like fire in my skull. He grits his teeth. Something must have hated me very much to curse me with it, but I can't even remember my enemy. Speak to him again to advance his story, okay? Captain, my sleep is riddled with dreams, citizen, dreams of bells and candles. A destination. He paces the deck. I see a lonely house lit by tallow and wick. A bell is ringing. It rings now. Do you hear it? He scratches at his sigil, which has begun to bleed. Do you know this place, Captain? Can I plot a course? A place of candles and bells, the chapel of lights, a northern church where no sin is too terrible. Okay, I've bring him to the chapel of lights. Okay, what other quests can I get from the officers? Let me check. Okay, I need a searing eczema for her. It's going to be a long way away. Necreous outcast. I need a strange catch. I've used up that strange catch. Unfortunately. We can do his quest too. Okay, we have a lot of things to do on our current course. I kinda wanna proposition the Clattery Air. I kinda wanna do it because... why not, right? Despite her ironical eye. Let's do it. No caresses. She undresses you and stands scowling at you, as if choosing where to make an incision. Then fingertips and the point of her tongue, she is not exactly impatient, but determined and precise, and she knows exactly what will produce the most intense sensation. Your vision blackens near the end, but she never quite goes so far. When you are too drained and dizzy to move, she gives you a smug look that you could possibly interpret as affection. I began an affair with a cleanly air. You have fraternized with one of your officers. At least I lost terror. Okay, that's all for now. Okay, we are all ready to go. Oh, what's this? The haunted doctor shrinks from a sorrow spider. How did that horrible creature get aboard the ship? Smash the sorrow spider with a flung boot. Sure. A relief. The haunted doctor breathes easier. He rummages for a hidden bottle, drinks deep. I apologize, citizen. It is not that I am a cowardly man. I merely... He sighs. I was not Neath-born. When I ventured here, I knew nothing of claymen, had hardly imagined I might one day share a handsome cab with the charismatic devil. I had never even heard tell of the sorrow spiders whose webs catch men's minds as easily as their bodies. Have you visited the observatory where they nest? I suspect not. His hand trembles. It was a full year I found myself there with the lady. She wrapped me in her silk, and her children kept me warm. She gave me her sight, and all she asked in return was my eye. It was a dream I cannot call a nightmare, yet one I woke from with shivers and a revelation. It is in light that such sorrow breeds. Only in darkness could there be hope. In the liberation of night, I believe I saw hope for us all. I was misguided. But that story, you know. Please, I will return to my duties. The haunted doctor has unburdened himself. Nice. So, does that mean more stories for the doctor? I guess we'll find out when we port. I can talk to my officers, right? On the ship. Yeah. Okay. A request from the haunted doctor. He asked it quietly, almost with embarrassment, as he sutures a crewman's wound. A visit to Khan's shadow? Our recent conversations have left me nostalgic, the haunted doctor admits. His voice shakes slightly, though his fingers do not. Should a suitable opportunity arise, I would remind myself that there are still those who dare to dream of a better world. It has been too long since I warmed my hands on such passion. He snips the thread. His work is, as ever, immaculate. Okay, he wants to go to Khan's shadow. I can do that. Recurring nightmares. You have begun a dream of a vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. Oh. A black, unsleeping taste. Again and again, you are alone on the wide black sea. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodgings to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. Ooh, I do have restful nights. I spend that 100 echoes at home. Sure, we can explore the morn. Hey, wait, this is a new one. A high place, the Z like a rippled sheet of night green jade. The roof of the neat above, embellished with stalactites and prick with false stars, look out across the water. What are you thinking of? Your future, your past as a scholar, prayer to the god called storm, prayer to the god called stone. I have stone's attention, I have storm's attention. Let's pray to the god called stone. You know the words to speak it, and in this place, perhaps her eyes are on you. Something bright. Turn your eyes south. Wait 9 heartbeats. In the heart of the elder continent, a tiny fugitive gleam of warmth. It's gone. Oh, the stone is in the elder continent to the south. Gain 2 mirrors, gain 2 hearts. Nice. Nice. The gods have blessed me. Okay. It's time to go. We've reached Nuncio. Assemble port report. Yep. Then we will go do some shift work at that letter office. Oh, interesting. There's some new things. I could offer employment to the poster rat's niece. He asked it as a favor, and she sounds well trained and eager. Sure. Strongest possible recommendation. The poster rat is grateful and says so at length and in a variety of ways. Only so much work to go around on Nuncio. She keeps asking to assist me here, but as you can see, the gestures at heaps of loose gears and unhooked chains. I hardly require any assistance, and my research is at so delicate a stage. But she's an excellent worker, very bright, like her mother. Now, and Loretta's favorite assistant. Hey, can I go to the basement? Yes. Descend into the basement with flame. Properly equipped, candles for the way and a flare for the bottom. Let's go! Spiral on spiral on spiral. The descent is long and slow. You count the turns at first, but the time comes when you can't see the square of light from the door above, and can't mark how far you have come around the spiral. You exhaust one candle after another. At the end, you come to a place where the ramp opens onto a bowl-shaped floor. The cavern must be hundreds of feet wide. Here, you light your flare, but even that does not show the caven walls. The floor is carpeted with, at first you think it is gravel, but no, it is broken shards of clay and stone, all scribbled over in words too old to read. At the center of this space is a needle of deep black rock, glossy as resin, glittering with ice, inscribed with 3 arcane sigils that hurt to look at. You feel a meaning in their presence, a prohibition or a commandment, that all things must come to their destined place, that what cannot be delivered immediately must be saved against a future date, that a message that goes unheard is a tragedy, that the signal must be carried no matter how far, no matter through what darkness, no matter whether the sender will still lives, nor whether the recipient can even read the language of the writing. The inscription resolves itself and is known to you. No word lost. I now have a searing enigma. I've gained 5 terror. 5 terror is not too bad for this bizarre cavern at the bottom of Nuncio. So that's the lore. The needle of deep black rock. Whatever magic that is it has to do with mail and words and writing that cannot go lost. Okay, climbing out. The climb out is slow and takes a long time. Could you possibly have come down this far? Surely not. Your breath grows ragged and your legs cramp. Ascend, there's no way out but up. Yep. At the surface, the dead letter office is still here, its machine still working, its basket still filling with missed invitations and misplaced wills. Shouldn't it have been blasted away, destroyed by the force of what lies beneath? I feel like if I stopped there, I would have gotten hurt or died. So that was ascending is the only thing that we can do. At least I think so. Tell the poster rat what you saw below. Maybe he'll be curious. Without name, you start to explain, but your language doesn't have the right words to express it. The weight of the delivery commandment, the sacred necessity for every word to reach its destination, and the countless individual miscarriages of meaning from one entity to another which have occurred throughout history and are still occurring, to the detriment of the whole universe. He holds up a paw, not going to understand it no matter how much you explain, he says. And I'm glad. As if I did understand, I'd likely to run mad, working where and as I do. After a moment he adds, likely you'll forget. At least forget some of it. After all, you never wore the uniform. Then he points out where your hair has singed at the temples and gives you an ointment he keeps in the drawer. Very nice of you. Okay, that's it. End my shift.